Well, good morning all. Thanks for joining me for another edition of Sun Up Fishing Adventures. And we're here at Ohio Power for day 2. We're leaving here in the morning. We're heading to some lakes, hopefully in the middle of nowhere that nobody's at, down some gravel roads, and just taking some really good scenery this morning. We had coffee, breakfast, a little time in God's Word, and now we're heading out. So we'll see you as our road trip. We'll take you on a little bit of this journey. So thanks for joining me. Okay guys, here's the Big Musky. That's what I've been talking about. This is the Big Musky bucket, and hopefully this guy's mowing doesn't totally mess this up, but we'll see. It looks like he's just about done. So for a second here, we'll look at the Big Musky. This is the Big Musky dragline that mined this area. Big Musky facts. This Big Musky was a Bucyrus Erie walking dragline. The only one of its kind. It cost $25 million. Took 340 rail cars, 260 trucks hauled parts from Milwaukee to Central Ohio coal. Said it took 300,000 hours and 2 years to build on site. Big Musky weighed 27 million pounds, as much as 13,500 cars. Now that's just hard to imagine, ain't it? Big Musky bucket could move 325 tons of dirt in a single bite, an equivalent of a 2-story house. Says it could, the boom could lift a load the equivalent of 33 stories. Only took 60 seconds from filling, lifting, swinging, and dumping. Says during its operating years, Big Musky moved more than 483 million cubic yards of earth, nearly twice that moved to create the 40-mile Panama Canal. Yeah, this thing's huge, man. And it's all reclaimed land that we're hanging out on, camping, fishing, all this stuff. Jesse Owens State Park and Wildlife Area nowadays. The state owns it. We are on this map right here is where I like to camp. And we are clear down here right at the moment. When we come out of here, we're going to go back up here and we're going to check out some of this water right here. So let me just go show you this here bucket. Look at the size of this bad boy. We stand inside this thing. Look how huge this bucket is. Look at the size of this thing. Imagine welding all this stuff together. It's crazy. Look at the teeth on this thing. And look at the size of these links of chain that operated this thing. I mean, this thing is huge. It's huge. Yes, it is. Look at the size of these teeth right here compared to my foot. But yeah, very beautiful area, full of lots of history. That's why it's called the Miners Memorial. It's a memorial to the miners. Let's see what it says about coal mining in Ohio. says coal began forming over 300 million years ago when tropical wetlands covered eastern Ohio. Settlers discovered coal in 1978 in Tuscarawas County, and the earliest record of mining in Ohio, 1800. Here, I'll show you a beautiful view from up here. And this is part of reclaiming the land, protecting the environment. It says Ohio Power Company was instrumental in the reclamation efforts of the mined land, now known as the recreation land at Jesse Owens State Park and Wildlife Area. In 1951, tree planting machine was used for afforestation. Tree planting by hand was done in spoiled banks using a 3-stage planting method. So this is part of reclaiming. Let's see if we can get a good view from up here. Look at that, ain't that beautiful? And that's southeast Ohio. Look at the top of that up there. Something you'd see in Tennessee, fellas. Alright, on to the next adventure of fishing. Let's go hit some gravel roads and find some backwaters. See you in a minute. Alright guys, here we go. We found a pond. Another one in the middle of nowhere. It's fairly easy access here. Let's just see what we can accomplish on fish catching and also on scenery. This is beautiful. We'll hit that dude here in a little bit, but now we're going to try throwing. We're going to throw that Cinco, fellas. That dude has been tried and true. We might still try some bluegill fishing sometime this weekend. But for now, the bass addiction wins out. Well, that worm's getting tore up there, ain't it? We probably put some more juice on it anyways. One thing, talk about silence. You ain't gonna find this anywhere else to speak of, I'm telling you. Oh, looky there. We got one, boys. Ooh, that feels like a good one. Feels like a real good one. Okay, stay down. Stay down. Stay down. There we go. Alright, we might just net this one once we get him in here. Look at that. You can see him right there in the water. Look at that. That's a good one. That's a decent one right there. He's a fighter too. Yes, he is. Ha! I love it. Love it, love it, love it, boys. Look at that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. We'll put him on the board. See what that dude measures. Man, that's nice. That is nice. Alright. Oh, okay. That worm came right out of his mouth. Check him out. Check him out. Tail's a little beat up there. That's a nice largemouth. That is. That's a nice one. Let's see what he measures. Nice. Nice 17-incher. Right. Right off the bat, boys. Right off the bat in the shade line. Just where we wanted to be. Huh. Check that out. Check that out. Now where, oh, where'd this little guy come from underneath my seat? Look at that little bluegill. I just found him underneath my seat. Huh, well, I must have jumped in the boat when I did not. Huh, that little guy, and that little fella. Alright, little buddy, you probably want back out with your friends. Alright. Wondered what that was. I'll be too far from a road right there. Alright, let's see if we can finagle these little guys in this. Might be fun. Looky there. Bobber going down already. Come on. Why you little guys will get that hook. I know you will. Right there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's fun. That's fun right there. That's fun. Let's see how many of them little guys we can get to bite on that. I never know. One of them big ones might too. There we go. Got a little feller. Come on in, little guy. Come on, little guy. Come on. Look at that little bluegill. Sweet. Oh, that little guy wanted that thing, didn't he? Look at that. Butterfly and a bluegill. That little guy. Oh, come here, you. Open up your little mountie. It's a nice little bluegill. Yes, it is. That's what they call a long ear. Take a long ear. Something like that. Alright. Let's see him go. Alright. Ready? Alright. We may switch that up just a tad. That was fun though. They just didn't seem to really want to just run for that, did they? Nah. When you ran towards it, they didn't really want to bite it that well. Not sure why. Wow, looky there. Got one first shot. First shot with the minnow bait. Yes, we did. What we got here? Oh, we got a little baby bass. Baby bass. Look at that. You know what? That may be the ticket. Look at them two right there. Look at that bait. That matches perfectly. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. See you later, little buddy. Okay. Well. Ah, bass are cannibalistic. They'll eat anybody. They'll eat their same, huh? All right, we're done with this lake now. Let's try another one.